Now it's time for Talking with Joe. Joe Rose is live from the WQAM studios. We're going to talk about that MVP discussion and Russell Westbrook's performance in just a minute. But first, we got to talk some football. Not NFL, Joe. We're going to talk about the Alliance of American Football already biting the dust after just a couple of months. Joe, what do you think was the downfall of this league? When they played just a few months ago, it seemed like a lot of people watched the game on TV. So what happened?
Money.
Of course.
You got to have those things financed. It's just terrible job by Charlie Ebersol, Bill Polian. What do you think? Like that thing was a money guzzler. Like it wasn't making money. The NFL, you don't have an agreement with the NFL or NFLPA for players and some help financially to have some kind of relationship as a minor league team for the NFL. And you decide to go out and do it on your own. They're expensive. They were losing money like crazy. The USFL didn't work years ago. The XFL just a couple years ago with that great relationship with NBC, they didn't make it. What made them think they were going to make it this time around? And by the way, the XFL's coming back for round 2 next year. They're in big financial trouble too. It made no sense that they were in financial trouble, Lauren. After a couple of weeks, there was already word they didn't have enough money to pay everybody. What do you think? These things just start making money right off the bat? How many companies out there make money right off the bat? It was stupid. For a bunch of guys that are supposed to be smart, pretty stupid business plan. It really was.
Everyone makes mistakes, Joe. Everyone makes mistakes. But this one was
that's a big
pretty
one.
Quick. Done really before it really got started. I'm intrigued by the fact that another league is coming back next year, even though they have failed in the past. Maybe the second time will be the charm. All right, this guy had a charm night last night, though. Let's talk about Russell Westbrook. History made in Oklahoma City, leading the Thunder over the Lakers. He finished with 20 points, 20 rebounds, and 21 assists, becoming the first NBA player to put up that stat line since Wilt Chamberlain did back in 1968. Wow, it's been a long time.
Wow.
All right, so do you think that this is MVP worthy? Should he be back in that discussion, Joe?
No. He's not even the MVP of his own team.
Oh, man.
No, Lauren, don't take this the wrong way. Paul George is having a great year.
Okay.
And it's more a compliment of Paul George in the year he's having. Russell hasn't shot the ball well. Matter of fact, he didn't shoot it well last night. But, hey, when you put up, we call it the big boy triple-double like he did, when you're going 20, 20, 21 like he did last night, was unbelievable. But, no, he's not matching the Greek freak in Milwaukee or what James Harden's doing in Houston. It's really a two-man race here. Russell's put up unbelievable numbers. He's averaging a triple-double. But his team is barely in the playoffs. They're in that 8th position right now. And as I said, Paul George is really having an unbelievable season. So I don't think he wins MVP on his own team. And as you look at it, and not to take anything away from what he's done, but no, he's not in that MVP race this year.
But congrats nonetheless on what you call his big boy triple-double.
Yeah.
All right, congrats to him.
Yeah, Lauren, did I make that sound like a downer when I was just talking about his? I didn't mean it that way.
So let's celebrate that.
Great game, but no MVP. Yeah, there you go.
All
right, Lauren.
Thanks, Joe. We'll talk to you in the next hour.
All right.